In this video, I want to show you how you can get to your errored listings or listings that aren't showing up in Manage Inventory after you add a product. Or you add the product to Seller Central and then it's not showing up in your Manage Inventory and you're saying, where's my product? Or where's the listing page that I just made? What will happen is if there is a problem with the listing page, Amazon will consider it an incomplete listing, or they might remove the detail page altogether, and then you'll have to, it's not going to show up in Manage Inventory, so you're going to have to go find it. I just wanted to show one way that you can find it. If you go to Manage All Inventory, and then once you're here in Manage Inventory, you want to go to Search Suppressed and Inactive Listings. And once you're here, you're going to see a list of products that need to be fixed or they're not showing up. They're not typically showing up on the Amazon search results. So if you look here at Fix Your Products, you can see complete. So these are products that have issues with them and they need to be addressed. So these are products that are completed, but they have issues. So completed listings with issues are listings that have been submitted and accepted into Amazon Catalog, but are either no longer buyable or no longer displayable to customers on Amazon retail site. Completed listings appear inside Manage Inventory on Seller Central. Okay, so what does this mean? This means you can have 100, 200 units in stock for this, but if you don't address the issue, then they're not going to sell. Okay, some of these, if it's like out of stock or it needs to be replenished, obviously there's no action to do there other than refill the stock, which means send more of the product in. But so for instance, I just want to see, let's say they have a pricing issue. So these items will show up and they'll say, we'll have to detect the pricing issue. And so all of these items, you can't buy them. Like a customer cannot buy these items until this pricing issue is resolved. And unfortunately, Amazon can be incorrect. So for instance, I've seen this product, this hutch, this is a piece of furniture, and they're saying the price should be $60 total. And this is like a 100-pound piece of furniture. That's not a realistic price. And so sometimes you have to wait, or you're going to have to be creative on how we price to get around Amazon's detection system that says this is too expensive for our customers. So what does that look like? Maybe that selling it for $60 and charging $100 shipping. I'd have to look at what the actual issue is. But I just wanted to use this as an example that when you have products that are existing listings, but they're not showing up, that can be bought by customers, they're going to show up under Manage All Inventory and then completed, but they have issues. Out of stock, we've got 900 products here. How do you fix that? You send more products in. That's not an actual product page issue. So this would be a pricing issue, so we need to modify the prices to align with how Amazon understands they should be priced. Maybe another one we can look at would be approval required. So what is the approval? So sometimes if something is like these Logitech, these are going to require some sort of approval. You could go here and request approval, and you fill out the forms and everything. You can just request approval on things, and then they sell this comic book. It looks like it got stranded, and so it says we can sell it. Now we can sell it. Ideally, then this wouldn't even be an issue. So I made a case to ask Amazon why why it's still not showing up to be able to be sold. I request approval. It says that we can sell this product. So what's the deal? I'll make a case to Amazon, and then they'll respond in 12 hours and see whatever they say. We just follow their instructions. Okay. Now for these Logitech remotes, if we go request approval, they say you need approval to sell this in used condition. So we're selling it in used like new condition, or new condition even. And then they want transparency identification numbers for these products. So the problem here is, okay, we probably bought these products before they have the transparency enabled products. This is like a newer identification system that's been rolling out in the past couple of years, and it's to prevent counterfeits. It's like having an additional serial number on each product. So some of them that we have are from distributors or like Office Depot, but they don't have the transparency label. So Amazon only wants transparency labels, and they say you can't sell your non-transparency labeled products here. So what does that mean for this product? it means we can't sell this product on Amazon. We're going to have to go somewhere else, eBay or somewhere else to sell it. So what would that mean? That means we need to take this item, we need to locate this item, and then make a page on eBay, and then inventory it, and then price it, and put it online. When you get problems like these, it's not just put it aside, because that's how you get mountains of problems, right? You need to address one problem at a time. So this is like something where if we just get this item together and then address the problem, then we can resolve this. And we don't even sell this on Amazon. We can't, but we put it on eBay and then we sell it to eBay customers. Okay, so we looked at search suppressed listings. Those are listings that have a listing page, and we can do things on our end to suit Amazon's requirements, getting approval or fixing the pricing. Other things would be like if it says detail page removed. Sometimes these pages are removed because Amazon will take pages offline without documentation. So if you don't have, let's say you're selling a pesticide product, every pesticide product needs an EPA number to be sold, I believe, it to be sold legitimately in the United States. If you didn't give Amazon the EPA number when you create the listing, they're going to take the product down, because it's not, my understanding is, I'm not a lawyer or a regulator, but my understanding is you need a certain level of documentation for certain types of product. Just off the top of my head, and I would reference Amazon Help Hub or Seller Hub, but it would be pesticides, I want to say medical products, and children's products, especially child safety types of products. There's a whole, I made another video about this, but if you sell certain products that are made for students or children, like when we think of children, like elementary school children, and you don't have the proper documentation, Amazon might just take the page down because there's a new law passed in the past year or two that requires a certain level of documentation for these. So when a product is not actually a pesticide, so for instance, I can see right here, some of these are like a pair of scissors that on its labeling says that it has antimicrobial. With the whole COVID pandemic, a lot of companies started making antimicrobial stuff, and then Amazon system flags that as a pesticide, the word microbial. What does that mean? It means I'd probably try to recreate the page and just remove the word microbial. If it's going to be a problem, just take it out so that we don't have to deal with pesticide and EPA numbers, because that's not what our product is about. So that's just my opinion on what we can do about some of that. Especially also if it's for kids or children, you can get into a situation where they need a bunch of documentation, and maybe it's just a backpack, right? And this backpack could be worn by college students, adults. It's just a backpack. Maybe just exclude the words that have anything to do with children. Why do pages get taken offline? It's because there can be information that Amazon deems as you need additional information in order to activate them. So what I would do is, if it's legitimately like a baby product or a child product and it's going to be really important to provide that documentation, we need to figure out a way to get that documentation. So that's going to the manufacturer, like emailing the manufacturer and asking for that information. If it's just like a pair of scissors and then the company put the word antimicrobial on the front of it, just take that off, because it's a huge regulatory headache on Amazon's system to get that through and make a listing. So those are just some of my thoughts on that. Now I want to go ahead and talk about search suppressed. These listings are inactive listings. Inactive list products are products that are not purchasable by customers for any reason. And then you get this reason, right? All these reasons down here in this column. And then you get search suppressed. So these are search suppressed listings are products which Amazon has removed from the Amazon site product search due to quality reasons. Search suppressed products will not surface in customer searches until action is taken. Okay, so what does that mean? People find products to buy using Amazon search. Okay, so if we are not showing up on Amazon search, then we are not going to sell anything. So it's really important that our product pages that show up on Amazon search. I made another video about quality listings, and this is so important because when you list a product, if that product does not have things like a good title, a description, Bullet points are less important, but they're still important. But usually if it doesn't have pictures, if it doesn't have good pictures, if it doesn't have a good title, and if it doesn't have a good description, it's not going to show up on Amazon search. So if let's say we got 100 units of some sort of product, and there's 4 different pages you could put it on. If you send it to the wrong page, those items will never sell. It's going to cost hundreds of dollars to ship it there, store it, and then bring it back to us. And we're just going to lose a ton of money by doing that. So it is so important to understand that when you list a product, you look at the product page, look at its sales performance on sales rank, and then look at the price too. If it's overpriced or really underpriced, we're not going to make any money, or it's not going to sell. So it's super important to look at those listing quality issues. So as I was saying, search suppressed. So I'll read it here. It says, search suppressed listings are products which Amazon has removed from the Amazon site product search due to quality reasons. Search suppressed products will not surface in customer searches until action is taken. Okay, so what do we have here? It looks like we have 170 products in our inventory that are not showing up on customer searches. So that's a huge amount of our inventory that people cannot find due to some quality reason. So if we just go in here, we can see it says more information required. So all of these products, they need something. So it looks like we have some wire hanging letter sorter and organizer. It is missing an image. It's missing a product description. This stapler that we have, no product description. It's not going to show up. This letter sorter, no description. No description. This notepad, no post-it notes, no description. So if we don't have descriptions on here, this is why it's so important when you make the web pages, you put a description in. If there is no description, people are not going to be able to find what we're selling. I know that we even made this page because that's the template that we use for our listings, and it looks like someone did not add a description. So if you don't add a description, you spent all this time to take pictures, made bullet points, got keywords ready for the listing, created the listing, and you didn't add a description. So all that time you spent in to pack everything, put it in a box, make a web page, and then there's no description, so no one can buy it. It doesn't make any sense. So it's like we have to be on top of putting in these vital informations, or else what's the point in doing all the work? This stuff's not going to sell. So a lot of this stuff, just if we make the pages, we have to be putting in descriptions. Yeah, so it's hard to tell if Amazon just didn't accept our description or whoever made the page just didn't put a description in. But this stuff needs descriptions. No one's going to find this stuff if it doesn't have a description. Okay, so that's completed listings with issues. So now let's go ahead and look at incomplete listings. What are incomplete listings? So if I go to incomplete listings, and then let's see, I guess all incomplete listings, so we show everything, and then it says incomplete listings are listings that have been submitted but were not accepted into Amazon's catalog and require additional actions to complete. So incomplete listings will not appear inside Manage Inventory, on Seller Central, or on Amazon retail site for customers until they meet Amazon standards for new listings. Okay, so just to reframe this, completed listings, they're on Amazon, okay? If you search hard enough, you can eventually find search suppressed listing. Maybe you get the URL from a friend, you do a Google search, and then it shows up in the Google search. So you could still find something on Amazon, but you have to go outside of Amazon to get to that Amazon page, and that's not ideal, right? If something's on Amazon, you want to use the native Amazon search to find that page. Okay, so what is an incomplete listing? These are things that don't even get live. Amazon just takes it offline. You didn't even clear the bar to be made into a web page. Okay, so what are the problems here? Some of these we have to talk to Amazon themselves, right? Like I don't know the answer to some of these. Sometimes Amazon needs a specific way to make these listings live. If it's like two Amazon databases talking to each other and then there's a conflict and that's why it's giving us an issue, we have to make a case with seller support and ask them what is the actual problem here and what do you want us to do to fix it. That is so important because I can spend all day trying to look at this stuff and I might not figure it out, right? So it's just better to communicate directly with Amazon and ask them, what do you need from me that I can do that? Sometimes Amazon isn't very helpful. You get people that aren't trained very well at Amazon and they just kind of say some random stuff. They're supposed to be a resource for us, right? So maybe they don't know what they're talking about and we're more expertise than they are. Then maybe we exercise judgment and try to fix it ourselves. But we should always consider asking Amazon seller support because they're there to support us and they can do things that can help us as well. So for instance, there's no record of the SKU corresponding to this update on your account. This commonly occurs when there are other issues on your SKU. I don't know what, there could be several reasons for this, and this might be something I just ask Amazon, what is wrong with this SKU right here? This is the SKU, it says. What is wrong with this? This is an Amazon generated SKU. You generated this SKU. What is wrong with it? Is it duplicating somewhere else? Is this linked to someone else's account? I have no idea. I need some guidance here. So that's, I would just ask Amazon. I think the worst case would be you'd have to take all this down and then try to create a new listing again. And then it might work because it'll use a different SKU. Maybe there's something wrong with this SKU when it first got used. It could be multiple reasons. So I would always recommend that we talk to Amazon when we try to figure out some of these because the issues are vague here and I don't know everything that could go wrong. I also wanted to show that this is difficult here. So you see how it says these are things that didn't even make the bar for Amazon, right? So it says no title. It's like, okay, wait, how am I supposed to know what this product is? I believe you can go to edit draft here and then if you go to product identity. So for some of these, it's like, what is this product? It says no title. So some of these with no title, I think we just have to make a case. I don't know what could be what could be the reason. For some of these that look like they do have drafts, because the ones with no title, it's like the information just got taken out, and I'm not really sure what happened there. For these ones that look like they went through, looks like the data's all here. I think maybe we just have to try to remake the page. I have no idea why. I don't know why it went through or why it didn't go through. Like you press save and finish and then nothing happens. Again, it's like we need to ask Amazon what the reasons are. That's not the best answer, but sometimes I don't know why Amazon is not working the way it should. I just wanted to say I think for the completed listings that just need more information, I think those are a lot more manageable. And then for the incomplete listings, I think we might just have to ask Amazon to step in and help mediate what the problems are. So I hope this was helpful.